Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a glorious day. Are you following Jesus? There's one question that the church should engage others in the church and others outside of the church with one question. Are you following Jesus? And let me explain this. So, there's this process, this transformation process of conversion, which really at the center is trusting that Jesus' way is the best way. Not man's way, not my way, not an opinion, but trusting that God's objective way is the best way. And then repenting when we don't measure up to that way. It's called being born again, making a decision to follow Jesus. And Jesus makes a big deal about this. He says the disciples that decided left their nets and boats at the shore and walked away from it to follow Jesus. Or Levi, he left his tax booth, his livelihood, just to simply follow Jesus. And there were even others who couldn't make that decision. They wanted to go back and take care of their parents before they followed Jesus, and he said, let the dead bury the dead. Or a rich man who went away sad because he was told, hey, give up all your wealth, then come follow me. So he wasn't all in. So this is like being baptized by the Spirit, being set free. It's a committed family member and a child of God. It can happen in a moment, or it can take longer. Now, the difference between this in engaging others in this process comes down to one question. Are you following Jesus? Let me explain how this happens. On the one side, if the answer is no, okay, well, do you want to know his truths? And this is the proclamation of good news. It's evangelism. It's the good announcement. And mostly, it's just relationship building. An example of this was someone who talked to me about their gay coworker who wasn't a Christian, said he wasn't a Christian, but he really needed a friend. And so most of this is going to be relationship building. It's not censoring truth or who we are as Christians. It's in the world, but not of the world. And through this relationship, actually, there was a great friendship that started, and he became open to wanting to know why Christians believe in a sanctity of sex. Now, on the other side of things, if you ask, are you following Jesus? And the answer is yes, well, then it's discipleship, which means a teacher of a pupil. And you might do truth building, like say, hey, Jesus has a better plan. Jesus has a better identity for you. It's conviction without condemnation. So it might be equipping, holding accountable, or fellowshipping. See, some sit around behind their, closed doors and they talk about people. They say, are they even saved? So instead of doing that, instead of talking about people, engage them. Just simply ask, do you follow Jesus? If no, then evangelism might be the way to engage them. Build relationship. If yes, then discipleship, equipping. See, I was recently had a discussion with a mother who was really sad about her son. He said he was in a sexual relationship with and moving in with his girlfriend, and he said he was a committed Christian. But he clearly wasn't following the teachings of Christ. And so for that, I said, this is discipleship. This is holding accountable. This happens all the time. And in Africa, when we would visit people who profess to be Christians, they would run into infertility and they would run to the local witch doctor. But they said they were Christians because they said the sinner's prayer. Well, that doesn't make you a Christian. Discipleship is how to grow and build on the strengths and truths that Jesus came teaching. So when you engage the world, remember that question. Hey, do you follow Jesus? And based on what someone says, you can then equip them, or you can bring them the truths that give them the best way to live their best life.